I mean, holy shit, you can't end the episode like that. How am I supposed to spend the rest of the week, like, not being able to know what happens next? They need to stop making these episodes 5 minutes long. Really, though, this show has gone full Steins Gate, and I freaking love it. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and today we are reviewing Vivy, Fluorite Ice Song, episode 11. It's almost over. Oh, God. You know what I hate about each Vivy Saturday? Well, other than the fact that it ends, is that each time we get closer to the... Every time a Vivy Saturday passes, we get closer to the end of the show. Because I really want to see the ending of the show, obviously, but I'm kind of scared. Like, what am I going to do after Vivy Saturdays? Come on. Okay, so apparently we are right back to square one, episode 1. All that stuff, like all the events that Vivy did in order to stop the event, that was for nothing. Well, not exactly. I mean, technically now Vivy is a badass, and she's gone through some major character development. So, I suppose the term, the real, insert thing here was the friends we made along the way. Likewise, the real Singularity Project was the skills and the heart that Vivy developed along the way. Or something like that. I don't know. You know, it really was uncanny seeing the AI acting so human one moment and then, normal one moment and just going absolutely berserk the next. And it was also really haunting to see Cube Matsumoto proclaim that, the Singularity Project has failed. Well, I mean, at least we got to save Dr. Matsumoto by knocking out the Hi, I'm Connor, the android sent by Cyberlife robots. And upon closer inspection, they don't actually look like Connor from Cyberlife. Maybe it's just because the art, not the art style, the drawing has slightly changed. Or maybe not, I don't know. Seriously, though, there are a lot of shots here from episode 1. Normally when, an anime or cartoon does this sort of thing, normally, to me, it kind of feels kind of lazy. Because, it feels like they're just reusing the... It feels like they're just reusing the reusing assets because they can't be bothered to animate anything more or, they're running out of budget. But when it comes to Vivy, I absolutely loved it. It feels like fan service. Hey, I remember that moment. We're back. We're all the way back. It's gone full circle. I really love that. Another thing. Toak is back. And so is Kat Katana, or his daughter, at least. I guess the bloodline lives on. Also, BETH is back. I mean, I was really confused at first because, remember last episode, right? Everyone was saying that that robot beating up the other AI, that looks like BETH. And I was like, no, that couldn't be because BETH obviously died in episode 4. Well, they actually do a pretty good job of explaining how BETH is back, the data transfer, or a clone of BETH that they had even before the BETH went on the mission. I really don't know how to feel about this because a part of me thought that I really liked Estella and BETH's arc back in episode 3 and 4. So to have them just sort of reappear here, it does kind of feel cheap. Oh hey, we killed off a character. Oh wait, not really. But I mean, it was done with enough justification, so I can't overlook it. But I don't know, sure, it's not really the same BETH that we met in the previous episodes, but still. A part of me kind of would have preferred BETH to just stay dead. Not because I don't enjoy BETH as a character, but it's just, as I said, her arc was over. Her arc was satisfactory. She had her initial beginnings, her growth, and her end. And I really love that episode 4 ending scene with Estella. I really liked Estella and Elizabeth dying together so that they won't be apart in their last moments. That was really wholesome. So to bring BETH back was... I don't really know how to feel about it, honestly. Also, I find the fact that she hasn't been updated in over 80 years extra funny. Although it's also really smart because Toak is technically a terrorist organization, so it makes perfect sense that they wouldn't openly update BETH. And thus, BETH isn't part of the archive. That's why BETH hasn't gone crazy already. It's because she hasn't been part of the archive, for over 80 years, or around 80 years, so she hasn't gotten the regular updates that would turn everyone crazy, or turn all the AIs crazy. Also, another thing I kind of wanted to talk about was, the combat scenes. The combat scenes this episode were really good, even if they were a little short. BETH and Vivy fighting the other AIs were great, and the Toak guys, they did what they could. Honestly, it was really nice to see, a final full-out fight. I kind of expected something a little bit bigger than that, but, I'll take it. Also, it seems even after he's gone, Yugo's legacy, both in this world and as part of the arc in the show, live on. Both in the form of his granddaughter and the moderate Toak faction, which was probably formed due to some of his more lenient ideologies on AI. Also, I just wanted another thing. I really love the interaction between Cube Matsumoto and Elizabeth version 2. Like, the little argument between them. That was really funny. Well, I mean, what can I say? I'm just a guy who loves stuff like that, so... And to top it all off, the massive event the Archive wants to perform is a massive satellite drop onto the Earth, wiping out probably most of humanity. Never in 100 years, pun intended, would I have expected the Archive to be the main antagonist, because, you know, like, stories don't usually feature that stuff. But, I don't know, because, like, as an outside viewer, I didn't expect it. Because, you know, the Archive, I thought it was just, like, a net. Like, you know, like, Archive isn't exactly a character, so I wouldn't really have expected that to be the main enemy. But, I don't know, I feel like Dr. Matsumoto should have seen that coming a little bit more, though. Because personally, I feel like Dr. Matsumoto should have kind of seen that coming. Because, like, sure, you have all the singularity points, but, like, even beyond that, there's more. I mean, like, look at what's happened the last couple hundred years. By saving Mr. Aikawa. The AI naming law isn't passed, but an even stronger AI rights law is passed. The sunrise crash doesn't happen, thus increasing the prestige of the AI as opposed to the decrease, but you also have the metal float incident, which replaces the marriage incident, so it roughly balances each other out. And then you have the Ophelia arc, which, I mean, okay, to be fair, that was sort of successful, but, like, still, come on. You barely changed, like, not a lot changed. In order to truly change an event, like, the butterfly effect, it just wasn't present. I mean, it was. I'm sure a lot of things have changed, but it didn't change nearly as much as it should have. Meanwhile, even the Cube Matsumoto said himself, look at the tower, the radio tower. As it grows taller, that means our mission is getting more desperate. Dr. Matsumoto, when he designed Matsumoto, should have taken that into account. Maybe that the Archive is dangerous. I don't know. Oh, one more thing I want to say. I think the Archive kind of wants Vivy to be their champion, so to speak. Because you remember that classroom, right? The classroom. I feel like that's a metaphor. Vivy leaves the classroom Archive and constructs a city. She's outside of the school. She's in the real world now. That's a metaphor. The Archive is telling Vivy, come on, we'll make a new world together. So, as I said, I think the Archive wants Vivy to be the champion. Like, the cause. They even used her song. They even used her song as They even used her song as a song of the rebellion. So you get what I'm saying, right? Also, this is just a theory of mine, but I feel like the Archive, and remember that purple-haired scientist lady from the previous episode? I feel like they're somehow interrelated. I feel like the two are somehow connected to each other. I mean, I'm not, like, suggesting that the Archive is the scientist, or maybe I am, but, like, somehow I feel like that purple-haired scientist, as I said, purple hair, and she just looks far too important to just be a one-off character. She definitely has to play another role in this story somehow. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna see a bit more of her in the coming episodes. But that's it. The final episode, the final two episodes, I know it's gonna be Vivy versus the tower itself, and I'm pretty excited. Oh, another thing I really wanted to say is I'm kind of scared this will happen. I feel like it'll happen, though, is that I feel like the endings are gonna be Vivy sacrificing herself somehow. Yeah, Vivy is somehow going to sacrifice. Look at all the previous sisters, that we've seen in the OP. Like, all the major sisters that we've seen. They've all died. I feel like Vivy, too, is going to die, and she's gonna, sacrifice herself for the greater good or something like that. I have a feeling Vivy's not really gonna get a happy ending. I mean, knowing how this show goes, it's gonna be a really bittersweet ending, and we're all gonna end up crying, but yeah, I have a feeling that's the way this story is headed. Vivy's gonna end up sacrificing herself to save humanity or something along those lines, but I don't know. I kind of hope that doesn't happen, but I also think it would be really cool because, story writing, just in terms of plot, that's gonna be really great. I still hope Vivy doesn't die, though. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next episode. It's gonna be a massive battle. Vivy and Toak, I suppose, as her little helpers, plus BETH versus the tower. That's how it's gonna go down. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to spend the whole week just waiting, because 1 week, but it feels like a year. Anyways, that's really all I have to say for this, honestly. I am absolutely hyped for this show, as usual, and I'm sure, and a lot of people are saying, I hope this show has a good ending, because I know a lot of shows have, even if most of the show was good, if the ending is botched, it can be remembered not as, like, the best show. So, I hope they really stick to, but I believe in Wit Studio. I believe in the authors. I think they're going to be able to make a brilliant ending. I am sold on this show. But yeah, that is that. I love this show. I am super hyped to see what's going to come next. Anyways, that's all it is, folks. The sky's up and you guys are awesome. I can't wait to see the next episode next week. Anyways, that's it, folks. Bye.